Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Legacy Taylor. We're here on CM2 Talks, a special episode. I'm your host,
I'm Nassim.
And I'm Jelena.
and we got to have this conversation that kids seem to bring up a lot, that parents just don't understand. Now, as a parent, it blows my mind that parents don't understand, even though we've had experience, we've lived experience. But you know, sometimes children, they just think you don't understand. So I just want to start with like that statement itself. As a parent, we're already like on odds. Like, what you talking about? You know what I mean? You might be a little offended by talking about we don't understand. Mind you, you live with us and everything. You know, we gotta ride you around. We gotta buy you clothes, but we don't understand. So, can somebody please give that from that statement right there? Give me an understanding about parents just don't understand.
I feel like to an extent parents understand because yes, y'all had similar experiences, but I also feel like times is changing. You know, we're
Exactly.
different. We're different people, so we might have gone through the same thing, but my perspective on it would be different from yours. And when me personally, my parents are older, old school. So like things that I like things that I do that are normal to society now, they look at as, I'm wrong or it's like I don't know. It's just like I feel like they understand to an extent. That's how I believe.
And I'm gonna give you the parent side of it is what are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
Yeah. I need an example.
Like okay, an example.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use an example that, right? Let's say, right, when you went to school, with the horses and the carriages. Let's say if you fell in front of the whole school down the stairs, right? You fell in front of the whole school, everybody go laugh at you. Everybody saw it, right? Us, if we did that, we gotta worry about waking up, and that's all over Instagram,
Right.
TikTok, Snapchat, viral. We're literally viral for falling downstairs.
Right.
You're going to be known as the person that fell down the stairs.
Never recovering from that.
Never recovering from that. All right, so there you go right there. Parents don't understand. Y'all just said falling down the stairs, and in your mind, you will never in your lifetime ever recover from that.
No.
So no, hold on. That's the thing to y'all, right? That's the thing to Instagram. I understand the social media part of y'all thing because it is true. Like a lot of stuff y'all do goes on social media, and I understand that. But we look at it as like, as a parent, I look at it as like, you fell down the stairs. Are you okay? Did you get up? Can you still eat? Can you still like what happened? Besides maybe you were a little embarrassed and people put the meme, you could laugh right with it. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big, but to y'all it might be a really big deal. To us, it's just like it's embarrassing, but it's just like get over it. You know what I mean? You'll be okay. It's all right. You know what I mean?
We have to see the same people for depends on how long you've been in school. Certain people you've seen since you started school for like, so you could see these people
Right.
for 12 years straight,
Right.
and you could be defined by that one moment for the rest of your school career of you living in this town.
No, so I understand what you say. The social media aspect, I 100% understand what you're saying. I think for us, it's more of the action. It's not the social media part is a definite. One thing can happen, whether it's something funny or whether it's something serious, and it can define you. I understand. I 100% agree with you with that. But there's also an action that comes with it as well. Like for example, it's just like I'll give you an example. You don't understand, like my teacher don't like me, school hard type. And I'd be like, bro, if you just go to school and if you just do your grades, sit down, you ain't got to talk to everybody, whatever. But you're like, see, y'all, it ain't that easy. Y'all don't get it. You know what I mean? School isn't as easy. And I'm trying to say, like, bro, I've been to school. I did all this. So you could just go to school and just do your work. But to y'all, it's just like, it's a brand new world, brand new school. Everything is changed. Like, no, it's still school. It's still, you got to get grades. The purpose of it is still the same. So to say I don't understand in that aspect, it's kind of what we're talking about. We take the seriousness into things. It's not always just like, oh, this social media thing fell, now everybody's gonna judge me. Because people gonna judge you for the rest of your life. People gonna mark you as certain things for the rest of your life. You can mark me as one thing and you mark me as another thing for the rest of my life. But
That doesn't change you.
But the rest of my life, what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life. So that's like when we're saying stuff like that, like don't understand, maybe and at the same time, y'all sometimes don't wanna hear nothing. So you're gonna say we don't
True.
understand. Y'all don't want to hear what we gotta say. You don't, right?
Nope.
As parents, what we do know is one day you're gonna have a car note, right? One day you're gonna have bills, right? One day, so we're more focused on the path of things and the action that needs to get to where you need to get to, more so than saying understanding like I felt it's gonna be on social media forever. We like
Wait, so I have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Right? Actually, I have a statement and then a question.
Okay, all right, cool.
My statement is you said you used the example of my teacher don't like me.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Now, how would you know that this teacher genuinely doesn't have something out for this kid?
Right. Because I had a teacher that genuinely has
I'm
something
gonna
out
give
for
an
me.
example. I had a
Right.
Spanish teacher, right? My whole class was full of Hispanic born. Like they knew how to speak Spanish from since they could talk.
Right,
I'm like I was literally the only kid who did not know a lick of Spanish.
right.
Okay, and when it came to the easy questions, like like how to say hello, goodbye, he was calling on the Spanish kids. But once it came to the real hard down, like you really have to understand Spanish to understand what this means. Somehow Nassim always got picked, and when I didn't know, he found it hilarious.
Right.
Oh, you never pay attention, Nassim. I asked her, I was like, can you ask me a different question? I might know that one. No. You answer the questions I asked you.
Right. No, I get what you're saying, but and then on my side, I gotta say, all right, cool. I'm gonna ask you, number one, we can talk to the teacher and see what's going on, or I'm also gonna ask you is, you studying for all this? Like, how hard are you going? I'm gonna look at your grade. I'm gonna look at everything, and then if you want to go and talk about it, then we can determine whether like your teacher is on, your teacher don't like you. But there's a lot of times where y'all say that because y'all just feeling some type of way off of a moment. Am I right in saying sometimes people take moments and then y'all just make that the eternity?
No doubt.
You just said it with the social media, correct?
Yeah.
So sometimes a child or whatever, you get in trouble in class, or maybe you didn't say, you felt like it's too hard. You might be in a moment and you're like, oh, this teacher don't like me because this. Then you kind of stay in that moment every time you go to that class. And I'm saying that because I did that as a kid. I thought the teacher really didn't like me and stuff. At the same time, I wasn't truly applying myself. So she knew that, so she would ask me questions and stuff, and she's putting pressure on me. And for me to be like, man, she know I should have been like, you know what? I'm gonna go harder and study harder.
Right.
So first, as a parent, I'm gonna look at everything first, grades, this and all that. Then we can address the teacher, and then we can find out whether she doesn't like you or you applying yourself. You know what I mean? That's the parent side of it. So you might say, you don't even get it, yo, she don't like me. But for me, I'm saying, well, let's look at all this first before we say that.
Okay, you said we can sit down, have a talk with the teacher.
Yeah.
A lot of parents in the world, right? They don't believe their child, right? Like I'm being real.
Right.
Being real.
That's a statement, boy.
That's a
Sheesh.
statement. I'm
That's a
trying to tell
statement.
you.
Okay, go ahead.
Parents can say all they want. Oh, I always got your back, no matter who. My father always told me this, and I believe my father did follow this. He says, you gonna tell me your truth. I'm gonna stick by your truth. But if you embarrass me by making me go hard about your truth, and your truth is a lie, you can't expect me to stand behind your truth all the time.
I understand that. I get
But
that. I get that.
on the
statement.
flip side, and I'm blessed to have my dad like that.
Right.
On the flip side, I know kids who, no matter what they say, no matter what happened, because I'm like this with my mom, no matter what I say, no matter what happened, it's an excuse, and the teacher's right.
I've heard that before too. I have heard that before too. You feel like that too?
Yes. I feel like y'all parents, like, we could tell y'all something and y'all would just straight believe the parent because, like, y'all are both adults. Y'all would never believe the kid side because y'all just think we be dragging stuff.
That can happen. That can definitely happen sometimes. And at the same time, we do believe our church. For me, just like I said with you just right now, like if you're saying that to me, like I have to go through all those avenues first, right? Because I can't just say the teacher's right, and I just can't say you right. Because at the same time, there's the teacher's a teacher who has a degree in teaching. Your kids and you're learning, so maybe you have a learning curve. I don't know. That's why I do all that to try to figure out what's what. And if I see like you really applying yourself and the teacher's really not, because I've done this for my son before, where a teacher was marking his stuff ridiculously, and he was getting bad grades, but he was getting the answer right, but she felt this. It was bad. So I just do my due diligence to look, but some parents don't. At the same time, let's look at it like this: children, you beautiful children, will sometimes go hard and you make it hard for this. You're not doing what you got to do. You're doing this or whatever. But the minute you feel like something's wrong with you, you're running to us to back you up. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not consistent with your action. Your action is I'm gonna do what I want to do, this and that. And all of a sudden, sometimes like, yo, this teacher, this, or I said this or this, and somebody you just wants to like jump on your side. But action shows different sometimes off of a longevity. People don't look at that. People look at sometimes children. Y'all look at moments, and we don't. Now, some people overbelieve parents, teachers, and stuff way too much. I 100% agree with you with that. But what I would say is, if you're doing what you got to do, and everything is whatever, then your father can always follow your truth. You get what I'm saying? Like you always have somebody to back you up. But so it's a 50-50 type of.
Hey, I have a
50-50.
rebuttal. All right, I have a rebuttal to what you just said.
Yeah.
Correct. So you said if kids are doing what they're supposed to do, or you shouldn't do what you want to do and then run to your parents for help. Right? That's basically.
I'm speaking in the school sense of things.
Yeah, it's like school.
Not
things,
just like anything.
Like don't do your work, and then when you get a bad grade, tell us that the teacher don't like you. Is like.
Yeah, like your report card is report card trash. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden,
not every teacher can't like you.
And then all of a sudden, oh, they don't like me. Like,
yeah, I understand that.
Like, come on,
So,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
me personally, I feel like, okay, if let's say I ask my parents to back me up, right? They tell me you cannot come and get me every time, right? And I'm a firm believer in most people want whatever side of the story they hear first is what they believe. They don't. It's because you told me first. You told me your perspective first. I'm a firm believer that I've seen it happen. And I've done it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, so if I don't come for you to back me up and I tell you first, and that teacher calls, yeah, this, and this happened. Now, you feel like, and I also understand kids you're representing your parents' name.
Right.
So when you get a call saying, or when your parents get a call saying your child is acting up, you're making it seem like you have no home training. Like I didn't raise you better than this.
Right.
So if I don't come to you first, or if I don't come to my parent first, then the teacher tell them, oh, now they're mad because I'm embarrassing their name. So they come to me on pure hostileness. They don't want to hear what I have to say.
In some circumstances, you're absolutely right. Some parents will come to you because there is that adult to adult thing. You know what I mean? And you do trust. If that's a teacher telling me something, most likely it's just like the teacher has a job. You're not the only child the teacher has to deal with. So you got to kind of think like that teacher got a lot to go on, and they going out of their way to actually make the call from my child. You know what I mean? So it is one of those things too. But I mean, it's not always the first. It depends on the person. It's not always the first thing I hear, because mine has always been, if I get something from the teacher, then I gotta go to my child. I gotta hear both sides. Then after that, it's just like, all right, cool. So how we doing in class? I have my kids there all the time. How's this? Well, why is this? And then I sit down with it. That's me. Like I'm a very involved parent. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to like school and stuff, because at the same time, just because I send my kid to school, don't mean like the teachers and everybody run my kid. Like that's not my belief. I'm sending my kid for knowledge. You do your job, and as a parent, I'm supposed to be there as a support. but everybody's not gonna believe the first story. But I get where you're coming from, because sometimes parents do just go off for like the grown up parent. But I'm gonna say this again. If I know you're not getting good grades, you're not studying, you're not like, we know what's going on. So when the teacher calls and you're not doing, you might believe it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might actually believe it. How many people have called me for you? That too. How many times called? Nobody ever called for you. All of a sudden I get a call. Then I'm like, I gotta talk to you. But if I'm getting calls about you all the time, after a while I'm like, bruh, you gotta be doing something.
Okay, I have a thought, right? As I'm a very talkative. I can't stop talking. I'm gonna be. I mean, as I got older, I learned how to stop.
Right.
But I was the kid that was in trouble. I was the kid in ISS.
Yeah.
So no matter if we like it or not as kids, if we were a troublemaker, that name follows us. Right from the teachers. So, and I was a troublesome kid. So, my parents are getting these calls. And as I got older, I know I've changed. People have told me I've changed. I've matured. But once you get that one phone call, you're so used to, you still remember me being this kid back then.
Right.
Oh, this has to be right.
So I'll put it like this. I get what you're saying. Actions speak louder than words. It's how now you portray it. Good morning, Miss Norman. How are you? You're early for class. You're sitting down. You start showing that you have changed. You can't expect a person just because you're older that you change. You got to show it too. So just to on the nick of time, because we got to end right now. The great conversation, my guy right here. You better talk more on this topic. You brought this topic up. But we had a good conversation. But I think this is a continuation, to be honest with you, of this topic again, and talk deeper on it. But thank you, CM2 Talks, on all our platforms. Be out on YouTube, be everywhere. So lock in with us. CM2 Talks.